Welcome back, players! Today we have a game with the guys playing a straight game of Commander, although it devolves into a game of Archenemy for most of it. The commanders this time are Atraxa, Praetors Voice. Brian is going a Planeswalker-centric build this time. Next, Tristan is playing his new Meren of Clan Nil Toth graveyard deck. Josh is playing his Eldrazi and otherwise big guy Xenagos God of Revels deck. Finally, Ty is playing his Gitrog Monster. This is a very standard Gitrog-centric deck, using land destruction and graveyard recursion. Let's get started! Ty goes first this game, but the first real action of this game is a turn 2 Sol Ring to activate Atraxa's Crowsand Verge, to get 2 more lands and set up all his mana for his turn 3 Doubling Season. Okay, so Doubling Season in a Planeswalker deck is not good for the other players. Atraxa quickly runs away with this game from pretty much the start, and it's the 3 other players against him for the rest of the game. Xenagos gets some early ramp with Nature's Law, Wood Elves, and Zhur-Taa Druid, while Meren of Clan Del Toth doesn't do anything until casting his commander on turn 4. Gitrog Monster also has a slow start, but does play a Wasteland, and then Vezusa, copying the Wasteland. It is a Gitrog deck after all. Atraxa's first Planeswalker is a turn 4 Ajani, Mentor of Heroes, who finds more Planeswalkers. With the boost from Doubling Season, Atraxa could ultimate Ajani now, but would rather get more Planeswalkers. Ajani finds Spike Weaver, which is going to make it really hard for the team to kill Atraxa's Planeswalker. The game only gets worse from here. Xenagos, God of Revels, comes out turn 4 and pumps the Wood Elves to hit Ajani for 2 damage. Gitrog Monster Commander also comes out, and an additional land. Atraxa's second Planeswalker is Gideon, ally of Zendikar, who makes 2 knights. Meren casts Fleshbag Marauder, making everyone sack a creature, mostly to kill Gitrog Monster. Meren makes an experience and returns Fleshbag Marauder to hand at the end step. Zhur-Taa Druid deals 1 damage to the guys at the end step, and then another during Xenagos' main phase, when he casts Selvalar's Stampede, which has Council's Dilemma. Xenagos chooses Wild, and the rest of the table all choose Free. Xenagos tables Rurik Thar and Selvalar from his hand appropriately enough, and Kozilek, the Great Distortion, from his library awkwardly enough. Xenagos makes Kozilek hasty and attacks Gideon, as the consensus is that Gideon is worse since he makes tokens. Atraxa double blocks and Gideon survives. Woodland Bellower from Gitrog Monster, but unfortunately Ty doesn't run Reclamation Sage in his deck, which would take care of Doubling Season. On Atraxa's turn, Ajani finds Jace Architect of Thought, which Atraxa then casts and takes 6 damage from Rurik Thar. Gideon makes tokens and Jace pluses. Then Spike Weaver to protect his board. Meren starts with Fleshbag Marauder, getting XP, and then casts Eternal Witness, and then Innocent Blood, taking 6 damage. Now that Meren has 3 XP, he returns the Fleshbag at the end step, making Atraxa sack the Weaver, and Xenagos sacks Rurik Thar. On Xenagos' turn, he is now free to take down one of Atraxa's Planeswalkers, but which one? Xenagos attacks and kills Jace, despite the minus trigger from Jace. On Gitrog Monster's turn, he casts Azusa, Lost But Seeking, Oracle of Mudaya, and plays 3 lands for the turn. On Atraxa's turn, he casts Decree of Pain and draws cards. Gideon makes 2 soldier blocks and gains 100 life with Ajani's ultimate. He ends up at 128 life after he uses a sack land. On Meren's turn, Meren comes back out and returns Eternal Witness to play. Xenagos, who will now be out of cards in hand, casts Boundless Realms and now has 14 lands. Speaking of lands, Gitrog Monster sacks both of his wastelands to shoot Atraxa's blue duels, and his Ghost Quarter blows up his own land. He adds Green Warden of Murasa to hand with Grisly Salvage, and then on his turn casts Splendid Reclamation, which is sweet in Gitrog Monster's deck, returning all of his lands to play tapped. Gideon makes more soldiers, and then Atraxa casts Ob Nixilis of the Black Oath, and uses it to make 2 demons and loses 2 life. Sorin, Lord of Innistrad, makes 2 Vampire Lifelink tokens. Atraxa then attacks Xenagos and Gitrog Monster for 2. Avenger of Zendikar from Meren of Clan Toth, who makes 7 plant tokens and then gives them all +1 counters with Bajuka Bog, which exiles Gitrog Monster's graveyard. Eternal Witness attacks Ajani. Atraxa blocks with a vampire token and gains 1 life. Meren gets his 6th experience token, and Meren then returns Eternal Witness at the end step, returning Evolving Wilds to hand. Nothing from Xenagos. On Gitrog Monster's turn, he plays his commander and then wastes Atraxa's Murmuring Bosk and draws a card from his commander. He then Ghost Quarters his own land, getting a land and drawing another card. Green Warden of Murasa gets back Wasteland, which the monster plays at his 2nd land. Then on Atraxa's turn, he ultimates Sorin to shoot Meren, Gitrog Monster, and the Green Warden, which gets exiled and both commanders go back to the command zone, meaning Atraxa gets none of the 3 creatures. Atraxa then instantly regrets this decision.
I immediately regret this decision,
as he realizes he could have shot Avenger of Zendikar and gotten a bunch of plants. It doesn't matter though, because Atraxa continues dominating this game, next by using Ajani to find Nissa, Voice of Zendikar, which gives all his tokens +2 counters. Meren and Xenagos continue to draw dead, or draw cards that only slightly affect Atraxa's board. Meren can make everyone sack a bunch of creatures by continuously recurring Fleshbag Marauder, but it hurts the team more than Atraxa's Gitrog Monster and Xenagos will never have more creatures than Atraxa. But that is only mildly hurting him. This game goes on for almost another hour. No one deals with Doubling Season, and Meren, nor Xenagos, ever get enough of an offense to smash through Atraxa's defenses. Near the end of the game, Atraxa has enough power on board to smash through and kill all 3 players. That's the game, so in case it wasn't obvious, when you don't deal with Doubling Season in a Planeswalkers deck, this is what happens. Commander Atraxa never even saw the battlefield because it didn't need to. Doubling Season was doing more than enough work on its own. Yeah, so Atraxa to Planeswalkers wins, and in a 3-on-1 match basically. Congratulations to Brian for pulling off such a stunning victory. And if it's more Commander gameplays you're attracted to, check out the end of the video for more videos from the guys. Finally, Tay is playing his Gitrog Monster. Let's get started.
Ty.
Finally, Ty is playing his Gitrog Monster. Finally, Ty is playing his Gitrog Monster. Ty. I like Thai food. 3. The game only gets worse from here. As does Nancy's narration.
Oh, hey!
I love you too. And then on his turn cast Splendid Reclamation, which is sweet in Gitrog Monster's deck, returning all returning all of his lands to play tapped. Avenger of Zendikar from Meren of Clandel North.
Delta.
I switched the letters around.